All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our 25-minute power yoga um, class. All right. Um, we will go ahead and get going. You don't really need anything, um, maybe water, but that's pretty much it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on our backs. Okay, so we'll do a little breathing, kind of get everybody on the same page. Everybody give people time to join us, it's something to say. All right, so finding that comfortable position on your back. So you can bring maybe feet together if you want a little bit of a stretch to those inner thighs, or if that's maybe a little bit too aggressive, you can always bring the knees together and then walk those feet a little bit wider. So we do want those knees to be touching each other, at least we can relax through those hips a little bit, if that's the approach that you want to take. So go ahead and rest one hand on the stomach, one hand will rest on that chest. Taking that big breath in through the nose, filling up the lungs, so we'll feel that belly expand, that rib cage expand. Breathe in all the way to the lowest part of the lungs, all the way up into the collarbones. And then exhaling that breath out. And give a little sigh. Take a big breath in. And exhale. And sigh it out. And now close down the mouth. Take that big breath in through the nose. And we'll exhale out through the nose. One more chest. Really big breath in. Nice slow exhale. We want that exhale to be just as long as that inhale. And now start to hug those knees into the chest. Just give it a gentle rock from side to side. Find that stillness. Okay, we're gonna stack those knees right over the hips, reach those arms up over your head. Okay, so not over your head, over your shoulders. Fingertips, the palms are facing each other, fingertips are pointing up towards the ceiling. Now low back is gonna be nice and flat on that mat. We're gonna extend that left leg down as that right arm reaches up over our head. So noticing this low back is staying flat, pressing into the mat. And then inhale it back up, and exhale, we'll switch sides. So right leg lowered to down, left arm reaches up over the head. Bring it back to center, and switch, and center, and switch. As we extend, we press that spine down into the mat. Bring it back to center. Again, we'll go 10, 9, 8, nice and slow, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug it in. Now stack those knees again, bringing those arms out to that T or towards either that field goal. Bringing those knees over to that right side. So we're going to use that core to just hover those knees. So getting the legs as close to the ground as you can, keeping that left shoulder pressing down into the mat. So we'll do it a couple times. The first one, you may not be able to twist that far, that's fine. Inhale, bring it back up. And exhale, we'll go over to that left side again. That right shoulder is staying down. Bring it back to center. We're going to go over to that right side. And center to the left. And center to the right. See how low we can get those knees with that left shoulder staying down. And bring it back up. Over to that left side. It gets lower, lower, lower. Hover. And then bring it back up. Again, just hug those knees. Okay, we'll keep that right knee hugged in. Extend that left leg down, and then we'll twist it. So using that left hand to guide that knee across as that right arm reaches out, gazing out towards that right hand. Keeping that core engaged. Now then bring that knee back to center. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Hug that left knee in, right leg reaches out. And then twist that knee across. Okay, now bring that knee together. We're going to plant both feet down on the ground. Okay, hands are going to be on the thighs. Okay, we're just going to start to lift our head up, lift our shoulders up, slide those fingertips, try to get them towards the knees, pressing that low back down towards the mat, and then we'll inhale it back down. So exhale, we'll slide up, so a little crunch. Inhale it back down. Let's go 10, 9, inhale down, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach, pause. Good. Relax it back down. And continue to press into those feet as we bridge those hips up. And slowly roll it back down. Lift the hips. And down. Let's go 3 more times. Press and lift. Bring it back down. And lift. So we're pressing into the heels. We're still gripping those toes into the mat. And down. 2 more. Lift. And down. Last one. Lift. And bring it back down. So this time we'll cross that right ankle over that left thigh. So we hug that knee and so up through that right outer hip. Tailbone stays grounded down as we grab onto that left hamstring, pulling that knee in towards the body. And then we'll release it, switching sides. So cross that left ankle over as we hug that right knee in. Go ahead and release that leg down. Hug those knees, start to rock forward and back. We're going to come all the way up to that seat. Go ahead and roll over onto those shins. We're just swing those feet out of the way. And we'll come on to our hands and knees. So on that inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest, lift the tailbone, coming into those cat-cows. Exhale, round the spine, draw that belly up and in, looking towards those thighs. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest, lift the tailbone, look up. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, round. Okay, now bring it to neutral, stepping those feet back to our plank. Here, so I'm going to scoot myself forward for a sec. So feet are going to be about hip distance apart. Okay, so we're just going to drop our heels over to the right side. Hands stay right where they're at. Okay, inhale it back to center. Then exhale those heels over to that left side. And inhale back to center, to the right, center, to the left, center, to the right, center, to the left, center. A couple more, over to the right, center, to the left, center. One more, to the right, center, to the left, and center. Hold this plank. You go down onto those knees, you can. Go nice and tight through those legs, squeezing those glutes. Abs are tight. 3, 2, and 1. Hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. So pedaling out those feet, swaying those hips, whatever you feel like you need. Stretching out all along the backs of the legs. Now inhale on the toes. Then into those knees, dropping those feet to the top of the mat. Inhaling, our half lift. Exhale, slide those hands down as we fold. Okay, now bend into those knees, flatten out that back as we rise all the way up to standing. Reach it up nice and tall. Give it a little twist, so reaching that right arm back, the left arm reaches forward. Inhale it back up, and exhale, twist. Open up to the other side. Inhale, reach those arms back up, and exhale, fold. Flat back on that inhale, and exhale. We'll plant those hands, step those feet back to the plank. Again, feet are a little bit wider than hip distance, dropping just the heels over to the right side. Inhale, center. Exhale those heels over to the left side. Bring it back to center. Shift that weight forward. If you need to lower into the knees, you can. As we lower down into that push-up, pointing those toes, lifting that chest up into that cobra. Or maybe you can press the hips, thighs up into that upward facing dog. Then exhaling those hips to the sky for our down dog. Few breaths. And now come onto the toes. Bend those knees, step those feet, top of the mat. Inhaling. That half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, open up to the right. So reaching that right arm back, left arm forward. Inhale it back up. Exhale to the other side. Inhale, bring it back up. And exhale, fold. Find that flat back. And plant those hands. Stepping those feet back to our plank. Heels to the right. Back to center. Heels to the left. And center. Move through that vinyasa. So shift weight forward. Lower down. Inhale, lift. And exhaling those hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. Let's move through that one more time. Come on the toes. Bend those knees. Step those feet. Top of the mat. Half lift on the inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we'll rise. And exhale, open up, twist it to the right. Inhale it back up. Exhale it to the left. Inhale it back up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, a flat back. Exhale, plant those hands. Step or hop those feet back. And drop the heels to the right. Center. To the left. Center. Shift the weight forward. Lower down. Inhale, lift that chest. And exhale those hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Good. Now come onto the toes. And those knees. Step those feet top of the mat. You come into that chair. So toes together, heels are a little bit wider. Inhale, rise up. And sink those hips down. Okay, so nice flat back. Those arms can be up or and hands at heart center if that feels a little bit better. On those shoulders. Abs nice and tight. Now from here, we're going to hover those arms back. Cover the chest. Lift those heels up off the mat. A little bit of balance. Sink those hips a little lower. Good. Now heels down. Reach those arms back up into that chair. Good. Exhale. Cover. Lifting the heels. And lower the heels. Reach those arms up. Last one. Hover that chest. Lifting those heels up. Reach those arms back. Abs tight. Sink those hips a little lower. Maybe lift those heels a little higher. And lower those heels down. Reach those arms up. And exhale, fold. Good. Now plant those hands down. Step those feet back to our plank. We're going to go into that full side plank now. So dropping those heels over to that right side. Left arm is going to lift up. So gazing up towards that left thumb. Modification would be just to lower that right shin down towards the mat. Now lower that left hand down. Drop the heels to the left. Right arm reaches up. And lower the hands down. Moving into that vinyasa. Lower. Inhale, lift. And exhaling those hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. Bring those feet together. Inhaling that right leg up. Exhale, curl that knee to the nose. Inhale it back up. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, reach it up. And exhale, curl that knee and stepping that foot through. Back heel is going to stay lifted. Inhale those arms up into that high crescent lunge. Okay, so hips are level, so we want to pull that right hip down and back. Left hip comes forward. Back leg is as straight as you can get it. So really flex that quad. If the hip flexors are a little bit tight, that knee may bend. slightly as we bend into that front knee a little deeper, into that lunge. And keeping that core nice and tight, try and take that arch out of the low back as we reach those arms back a little more. And now that same twist we did earlier, we're gonna reach that left hand forward, right arm reaches back, gazing back towards that right thumb. So hold it. And inhale those arms back up. And exhale the hands down. Step that foot back and move through the vinyasa. And exhaling those hips up, downward facing dog. Feet together, inhaling that left leg up. Exhale, curl that knee to the nose. Inhale it back up. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, reach it up. And exhale, curl that knee in, stepping that foot through. Keep the back heel lifted. Inhale those arms up. So rib cage down. Sink into that front knee. Back leg is nice and strong. And we're going to twist, reaching that right arm forward. Left arm is going to reach back. Sink into that front knee a little bit more. And inhaling those arms back up. Exhaling the hands down to the mat. Send that leg back to our plank. Vinyasa. And now from here, just send those hips back into a little child's pose. Take a quick little breather. Now come onto those hands and knees. Step it back into our downward facing dog. We're going to bring those feet together. Inhale, that right leg is going to lift. Curling that knee to the nose. Inhale it back up. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, curl that knee in, stepping that foot through. Okay, now we're going to keep those hands down, maybe even coming onto those fingertips. So getting real light on those fingers, really strong through those legs. We're going to twist, reaching that right arm up. So really reaching up with that right hand. Okay, work towards planting that left palm completely down. Now we're going to start to heel to walk our right foot back a little bit. Okay, we're going to keep twisting. See me here. So I want all 10 toes pointing towards that right long edge of the mat. Okay, so as you can kind of see my feet here. Now we're in a modified side plank. What I want you to do is reach that right arm up over your head. Long reach from the fingertips all the way down that right side body. Okay, now we're going to reach our right hand back for our left foot as we hover that hip, left hip, right above the ground. Okay, so press into the hand, press to the feet, lift it back up, and bring it back down. So kind of like a side plank crunch. Reach it back up, and down, and up, and down. We got one more. Press it back up. Good. Lower down. We'll add another one. Reach it back up. Okay, now from here, right arm is going to reach up towards the ceiling. Okay, heel to walk, or maybe you just shoot that foot right back to our side plank. Again, this can be done with that left shin down on the mat too. Now from here, thread that right arm under. Inhale it back up. Reach it under. Inhale it back up. Last time, reach that arm under. Send it back up and lower that hand down into that front plank. Move into that vinyasa. And exhaling those hips to the sky, downward facing dog. To the other side. Okay, inhaling that left leg up. Exhale, curl that knee to the nose. Inhale it back up. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, reach it up. And exhale, curl it in. Stepping that foot through into that lunge. So again, you can start on those fingertips. Trying to lift that chest just slightly off of that thigh. Really strong through that back leg. Okay, so right hand is down, twisting. Left arm reaches up. Now work that right palm down towards the mat. So we're going to heel to walk our left foot back a little bit and then drop that right heel down so both toes are pointing towards that left side of the mat. Okay, now we're going to start to extend that left arm up over our head. Big reach. Now, as we reach that left hand back for that right foot, we're going to hover those hips. Then inhale, bring it back up. And exhale it down. Inhale it back up. Lower down, hover. Inhale it back up. Lower it down. Good. Reach it up. And one more. Lower. Inhale, bring it back up. Okay, now we're going to reach that left arm up towards the sky. Send that leg back to that side plank. And if you need to lower that right shin down, go for it. Now we're going to thread that arm under. Inhale it back up. Thread. And back up. Last time. Thread it under. Reach it up. And lower that hand down. Front plank. Hold. Breathe. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower. Moving through that vinyasa. Inhale, lift up to that cobra up dog. And exhaling those hips back to our downward facing dog. And now make your way onto your backs. Lowering however you need to get down there. Okay, so plant those feet down and walk those shoulder blades together. So we want the shoulder blades to be nice and flat, that spine to be nice and flat on the mat. So you can just bring those arms down by the sides, pressing into those feet, bridging those hips up, okay? So core is nice and tight, so we want that, almost like the lumbar spine, the low back is pulling down, as that tailbone is pushing up. So kind of like this motion, hips up, abs down. Now, bringing all that weight into the right foot, we're gonna lift that left leg out. Okay, hold it here. This will get so much. See, my thighs and my knees are side by side. I'm just straightening through the knee. Now bend that knee. Go the other side, really press into that left foot. Extend that right leg out. Yeah, keep pressing into that left heel. So press those hips up, ribs, stay down. And switch. Right foot lowers down. Left leg extends out. And down, switching, right leg extends. And down, last time each side, extend that left leg. And down, extending the right leg. And down, press, lift those hips up. A couple more breaths. And lower those hips down, hugging those knees in. One last pigeon stretch here. Crossing that right ankle over, hugging that left knee in. And switch sides. Go ahead and uncross. Rock it forward and back. Coming up to that seat. And rest those hands on the knees, sitting up nice and tall. Let's reach those arms up overhead. Let's give it a little twist to finish off this class. So bringing that left hand across that right knee, sit up tall on that inhale. Exhale deeper into that twist. Inhale, bring those arms back up. And exhale, twist it to the other side. Good, reach those arms up. Side stretch over to the right. And back up. Over to the left. Good, and reach it back up. And just bring those hands back to the knees, closing down those eyes now for about 3-ish breaths. So big breath in through the nose. Big breath out through the nose. And just 2 more on your own. Right, making those eyes open. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you have any questions, comments, the comment section should be up. I can check them here really quick. But other than that, have a great day. And then I think that's it until Saturday. So hope to see you guys all then, 9:30. It's going to be more like the Tuesday class for those of you who have tuned in this week. So a little bit more gentle, not quite so much core work. All right. Thanks, guys.